Hello, I'm Mike Russell from musicradiocreative.com. In this video, if you'd like to sound like a pro on the radio, this video will show you everything you need to know to get that pro radio voice.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
As I mentioned at the start, this video will help you get everything you need in place to get that perfect radio voice. So in this video, we will cover 3 main areas. Number 1, theory, how to achieve the perfect radio presence before you even go live. Number 2, the tools, everything you need in place to get that perfect radio sound. Number 3, techniques, post-production techniques that will make your voice sound $1 million. So that's a lot to cover. I've called in some backup. James Mulvany is the founder of online radio platform radio.co, and he's got over a decade of experience in broadcasting. James has extensive knowledge of working at radio stations, from presenting to program controller and more, and that makes him perfect to cover the theory side before we even fire up the phantom power and get into microphones and post-production. So let's learn more about the theory side. James, it's over to you.
Hey, cheers. Thanks for that, Mike. Hi, my name is James Mulvany. I'm founder of radio.co, podcast.co, matchmaker.fm, and Q Podcasts. And over the past 15 years, I've worked with tens of thousands of broadcasters and podcasters, helping them launch their radio stations and their broadcasting careers. And there is no formula to becoming the perfect presenter that appeals to absolutely everyone. However, there are 5 principles that I want to share with you today, which will really help you aid your presentation skills, and you can implement these really easily to make sure that your show is sounding great every single time. Okay, so the first point is to really know your audience, know exactly who your audience is. So it doesn't matter if you're presenting perhaps like adult contemporary music or top 40, or maybe you're on news or talk radio. The way that you're going to be communicating with your audience will vary depending on the genre that your station is targeting, and of course the demographic of the type of listener that you're aiming towards. So for example, perhaps your audience is, I don't know, middle-aged guys. Let's call your ideal listener Dave, and he spends his weekends sat in his shed building and painting bird boxes. You might speak to Dave in a slightly different way while he's listening to the radio in his shed than you talk to a teenager who wants to hear Ariana Grande or whatever being played constantly. Who is specifically listening to your radio station? Too many people go into radio and just thinking, well, everyone's listening. Well, my audience could be anyone. But really, that's not true. When you think about it, each radio station or whatever you're trying to do, whether or not you're presenting radio or a podcast or even video like this, will be targeting a different kind of person. So try and get into sync with who your listener actually is. Think about what they're going to be doing while they're listening to you, what sort of things that they like to hear about, what's going on in their lives, and really tune into that. And that will enable you to become an effective communicator and a really, really good presenter. So that's tip number 1. So tip number 2, and this is a really easy one that anyone can start implementing straight away, is talk directly to the listener. So if you're sat there saying, hey everybody, or hi guys, or just make it kind of generic, it can kind of sound a little bit impersonal. Whereas if you say, hey, I hope your day is going great, what are you up to today, that kind of thing, speaking directly as if it's just you and you, e.g. the person sat on the other end, make it personal, make it feel intimate. You're immediately going to be able to build stronger connections with your audience and who you're trying to speak to. If you're having that engaging one-on-one conversation over the radio, that's why people still love listening to radio 100 years down the line. And that's what makes radio so incredibly powerful. So tip number 3, get your audience really involved in your show. This is great fun, and I think this is what makes radio as a DJ or as a presenter so much fun compared to other mediums. It is real time, and you can reach out to people for their opinions. You can get people engaged with what your show contains and the output of what you're talking about. And it might be today's news stories, or it might be a contentious issue, or it could be something that people are really passionate about. Whatever it might be, remind your audience that they can communicate with you, and you can get them on air, either do a pre-recorded interview with your listeners or even actually get them on live. But regardless, getting your listeners involved in your show and getting them involved in the story and creating your show around their stories as well as your own can be really, really powerful. And as a presenter, you are the conduit between your listener's stories and the listener who is also tuning into your show. As weird as that sounds, it's very much powerful because people want to know what other people are doing and people are interested in other people's stories. And radio is a fantastic medium for storytelling. Okay, so my fourth tip is be confident in what you're saying and also prepare for every single show that you do. It's always useful to consider writing a script when it comes to radio, and I don't mean necessarily doing something word for word, but having an outline for each show or having a key list of bullet points of things that you think are important to mention. Perhaps you're coming out of a song and you're going to go into a link. What do you want to talk about during the link? It could be that you're talking about something that's happened that day. It might be cross-promotion, that you're talking about someone else's show on the radio station or something that happened on the breakfast show earlier that morning. Make sure you've got this stuff down in front of you, so when you go into that link, you feel confident and you feel like you can easily talk about the points that are relevant for your show. And by the way, I've recorded a video all about this. I'll put a link above, called How to Write an Effective Script specifically for radio. And I've also got a template that you can download for free over on my website at jamesm.com/scripts. I'll put a link below, jamesm.com/scripts. You download them for free. I'd go and check them out. Basically, it will give you a script that you can follow when it comes to presenting great radio. And finally, don't change your voice and be yourself. This is something that so many people feel like for some reason when they first come into radio, they have to sound a certain way. But your voice as it currently is and the way you speak to people day to day is absolutely fine. You know, gone are the days when, you know, like from back in the 80s where people felt like they had to be like this big cool DJ and have this big booming voice or kind of appear a certain way. I don't think there's any harm in kind of elevating your normal personality. You know, no one wants to listen to someone who's boring on air. Sure, you need to share your enthusiasm. That needs to come across when you're speaking down the microphone. But don't think that you need to change your voice. You need to make it deeper or higher, or you need to speak at 110 miles an hour. Radio these days is about personality and it's just about being yourself. So don't feel like you need to act or change yourself to be a confident presenter, and enjoy it. Enjoy what you're doing and have fun with it. So those are my top 5 tips to becoming a great presenter. If you follow these tips, you'll be well on your way to excelling when it comes to your radio show or your podcast. I've been James from radio.co. Thanks very much for watching. And back to you, Mike.
Thanks so much, James. Now let's move on to gear. And in reality, this can be as simple or as complex as you'd like. For instance, in my studio, I'm using the AKG C414 XL2 microphone, and that's running through a Soundcraft Signature 12 MTK mixing desk, which I absolutely love. I've got a rack full of analog gear, including a DBX215S, which is used to EQ my streams. Also the DBX166XS, which adds some overall compression. I've got 2 DBX286S units to process my microphones. I've also got a headphone preamp from Behringer and a Furman power conditioner as well to add noise-free power to all of my analog units. But you don't have to spend thousands of dollars. The humble USB microphone will suffice as well. There are some really good options out there. My favorite is the Beyerdynamic Fox. Finally, on to technique and some tips that will add some extra zip or zing to your audio. And we'll be using the free audio editor Audacity, which can be downloaded online. Okay, so I'm fired up into Audacity and I've set up my Beyerdynamic Fox USB microphone with absolutely no processing on it whatsoever to record a radio voiceover. This is 99.9 MRC.FM. So let's play that back. This is 99.9 MRC.FM. Okay, not sounding too bad, but we can definitely do some stuff to improve it. So you can hear a before and after comparison. I'm actually going to select the whole track by double-clicking it, hit Command or Control-C on my keyboard, and then place the cursor further on and Command or Control-V to make an exact copy. So now I'll work on the second copy, and then we'll compare what we've done and hear the differences. The very first thing I'm going to recommend you do is EQ a voiceover. That way you can get rid of any frequencies that shouldn't be there and add on some that should be there, like the high end, to make it sound crisp and punchy and nice. So let's do that. Into the effect menu in Audacity, and we're looking for Filter Curve EQ. It's a really easy effect to use. You'll want to start off by flattening it and then drawing on your shapes. Now, there's frequencies all the way from the bass, all the way through the mid, all the way up to the high end. And the first thing I'm going to do is do a simple bass roll-off. And I'll put in a dot here and a dot here and fade down the bass. Let's preview. This is 99.9. Now you'll notice if I move this way up and I go too far up, it's going to thin out the voice a bit. This is 99.9. And in some instances when you're doing radio imaging, that could be quite handy to get that kind of sound. But for me, I want to keep the fullness and definitely the bass in my voice. So I'm going to roll off just above 100 hertz and maybe even slightly below. So that's how your bass roll off should be. It's called a high pass filter, by the way. And then just above 4000 hertz, we're going to start to add on some high end. Let's try that and preview it. This is 99.9. And of course, the more high end, if I really turn that up so you can hear it. This is 99. Now, of course, that's too much. We're introducing way amount of sibilance and distortion. So I'll pull it back down to about here. This is 99.9. And now already, just with those two effects in the EQ, we've rolled off bass, so any plosives, any pops, any rumbles, any booms have gone, and the crispness and clarity of the voice increased, just using that simple technique inside the filter curve EQ effect. Click OK, and we'll listen to before. This is 99.9. And after? This is 99.9. Crisp and clear. Now we can see that, well, there are some peaks in the audio and there's some quieter bits. We'd like to kind of be the same volume all the way through, nice and loud, punchy. If it's a radio voiceover, if it is a voiceover for radio imaging, we're going to want it to sound really good. So again, selecting the whole audio here, just this bit, not the original sound. And we'll go into effect again and we'll set up a compressor right here. Now, the way you set up a compressor is you choose a threshold, so that's any audio that goes above the level you set will be compressed, turned down as it were. So usually I recommend minus 20 dB as a good starting place here. You can move this around, but obviously the higher you make this, the less the compressor will work. Minus 20 is generally good. You can leave the noise floor exactly as it is. Now, ratio usually is around 2:1, and this is good for podcast and things like that. When we're working in radio, we might go 3:1, or even if we're going for hard radio imaging, we might go 5:1. So a radio presenter's voice would probably be a 3:1 ratio, and 5:1 is good for imaging. This is just how much the audio is compressed when it goes above the threshold. And finally, attack and release, we want to be as quick as possible. Why? Because as soon as the compressor detects any audio going above the threshold, you want it to compress as soon as possible. You don't want it to be hanging around or waiting, as you may be if you're working with a drum track, for instance, or a music track. For voiceover, attack and release should be as fast as possible. And then finally, you've got the makeup gain to 0 dB. This is an excellent feature in Audacity. Because of compression, it will actually turn your overall audio down. So what ticking this does, which is default by the way, it makes it louder and up to a maximum of 0 dB. So when I click OK, watch the waveform, see how it's nicely flattened out. And now we've got this radio voiceover. This is 99.9 MRC.FM. And the original? This is 99.9 MRC.FM. And after one more time? This is 99.9 MRC.FM. Crisp and clear with just a couple of effects, the EQ and compressor do the trick. So there you have it, how you can achieve the perfect radio voice distilled down to just 3 steps. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like tips on improving your radio presenting skills, equipment reviews, and all the latest gear in radio, you can check out James's YouTube channel, and there'll be a link down in the description. Finally, James and the team at radio.co have put together a bunch of helpful goodies that will help you up your radio game, and if you'd like to download those, again, the link is down below. Make sure you like this video, and also if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel and ding the bell so you never miss another audio video from me.
Thumbs up, subscribe for more. MusicRadioCreative.com